Good morning, ROCKPOINT Church. My name is Zach Meade, and today's devotional comes to you out of 1 Samuel chapter 3, verses 1 through 10. Just to give you a little bit of context, this is the story of the prophet Eli and the soon-to-be prophet Samuel. Samuel was a very little boy in this story, probably 7 or 8 potentially, and Eli, it says he was very old, that he was even about to go blind. So in the story, they're lying down to go to sleep, and that's where we pick up. It says, "The Lord called Samuel, and he said, 'Here I am.' And then Samuel ran to Eli and said, 'Here I am, for you called me.' But he said, 'I did not call. Lie down again.' So he went to lie down, and the Lord called again, 'Samuel.' And Samuel arose and went to Eli and said, 'Here I am, for you called me.' But Eli said, 'I did not call you, my son. Go lie down again.' Now Samuel did not know the Lord, and the word of the Lord had not yet been revealed to him. And the Lord called Samuel again a third time, and he arose and went to Eli and said, 'Here I am, for you called me.' Then Eli perceived that the Lord was calling the young man. Therefore Eli said to Samuel, 'Go lie down, and if he calls you, you should say, "Speak, Lord, for your servant is listening." So Samuel went to lie down in his place. And the Lord came and stood, calling as he did other times, 'Samuel, Samuel.' And Samuel said, 'Speak, Lord, for your servant is listening.'" And then God goes on to reveal himself to Samuel. It's interesting how Samuel has God talking to him multiple times, 3 different times it says. And each time Samuel didn't know that it was God talking to him. And he had to keep going back to Eli, thinking that it was Eli speaking to him. And as I read this, I realize that how often in our lives do we have God speaking to us, but we don't recognize his voice. We don't understand that he's calling us. And I'm encouraged to stay in my word daily so that I can recognize God's voice, because that's the way we do it. We have to be in our word daily, learning God's voice, being in tune with when he's calling us, when he's correcting us, when he's teaching us. So this week, my encouragement for you is to continue to stay in your daily devotion. Learn to hear God's voice when he's calling you. And if he's speaking to you, would you posture your heart in a way that Samuel did? If he's calling you to say something to someone, or change a habit, or step out in faith somewhere, would you posture your heart this week in a way that says, "Speak, Lord, your servant is listening," and listen for God's voice this week?